Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls Prepare to Die-lon edition. I will be your Die-lon for this evening. We are rocking the same armor set for now. I might switch things up in a bit. I just loaded up the game for the first time in my life. No. I just loaded up the game for the first time today. I just kind of want to jump right into it. So today we're going through the Ulasil Township here, starting off with our first random item. Red Titanite Chunk, damn. And I didn't even have to go through any invisible walls, hint hint. But yeah, we're going through the township here. So this is basically, we started up there. That was the Coliseum area where we farted Artorias. It's really hard not to say fart Artorias, isn't it? And then township as we go down here, blah, 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 blah. And then we have we have our bonfire up there. I'm completely disoriented. Bonfire up there. I hear you, boys. I hear you. Do I have the slumbering? Yes, I do. Dragon Crest Ring. It's actually very useful for these guys because you'll see in a second, the sorcerer is very, very challenging to fight. Now, again, as always, I don't really think there's much else that'll help us. I'll just throw on the Ring of the Evil Eye, again, just to top up our health, as per the normal Sanctus combo. And the Ring of the Evil Eye kind of reminds me of Sanctus in a way. It's like, Sanctus is like this holy, like, circle. It almost looks like an eye to me, like a Cyclops eye, just kind of staring down at you with the emanating an aura reminiscent of the sun, if you will. And then the Ring of the Evil Eye, complete opposite, is this little black demon hole with just a little like piercing like cat or like dragon eye looking through it. I don't know, I just aesthetically so pleasing. But yeah, I like the weight of our armor, and I feel like we got pretty good defense for what we have, especially with Havel's fisticuffs on. But anyway, sorry, talking about the setup again. So yeah, we're going down this way. There is a shortcut elevator where my helm is pointed. We got to go all the way down below this area to actually activate that, but that'll make it easier to run back because the enemies are pretty tough. Like I said, that sorcerer, so we'll be using that quite a bit. We go down that way. We're going to go across. There's some stuff down there, and then there's some stuff on another little Coliseum area here, but it's really interesting. I think I'm going to bust out the binoculars even. It's really interesting to see if we start, you can hear screaming off in the distance, start from where we were up there. Everything looks relatively normal. It's just forest area, so it's kind of hard to look decrepit, aside from trees dying, but that's not really happening, as you can see. Coliseum, you can already see some abyss up there, some raggediness that's already a little bit broken down. As you go lower and lower, you start to notice that the city itself just gets more and more, I don't even want to say decrepit, because that's just Dark Souls in general. With time, everything like gets destroyed a little bit, but you can see it's a little bit slanted as we go on. You can see if I line this shot up perfectly, everything looks pretty normal. And then, oh, that building's not lined up over there. Oh, that's not lined up either. Everything is just slowly starting to fall into the chasm of the abyss here, and everything is becoming more and more crooked, pointing down towards that lower area there. Ooh, an item. I want you, item. I honestly don't know how to get you, but I will try my best. But yeah, just a little bit of sightseeing for you. And let's see how far you can actually see here. Not very far. Ooh, one other thing I wanted to do is just my friggin' settings, but oh, it's not an option in this game. So I've been playing the remastered again in my off time. It looks like you can't. Also, I'm totally full screen. I don't know why that says I'm not, but we'll just roll with the punches there. You can minimize your HUD a little bit, which I really like. It'd make for better thumbnail shots at least. But anyway, back to the game. So one quick thing we talked about. Back to the game. Immediate diversion. Last episode, I looked down here and you could see the enemy standing there. And if you have your volume turned on, which I have my headphones plugged in, I turned my volume a little bit higher than normal. There's a lot of sound cues in Dark Souls, especially in the DLC here. The game design just in general is super good, but you can hear them going, rah, rah. Actually, I realize now that I did turn down the sound effects. So I'm going to turn them up slightly. Hopefully that doesn't break anybody's earballs. Music the lowest. Sound effects I'll put at a 5. Why not? But yeah, you can hear them juking and jiving down there. So what was that? Was that just the bonfire? Oh, that's pretty far for a rest at the bonfire. But anyway, we've killed one enemy. I don't want to ruin my progress. So yeah, basically people think it's cheap, but they do telegraph a lot of this stuff. Ooh. I fucked around so much that they noticed me. All right. So here we have the we've seen a couple of them, or I guess just that one. But the Ulasil townsfolk here. I guess we'll start from ground zero. If I do pick anything up that's related to them, I will go into more detail. But as far as I know, I literally know nothing about this DLC. Like, I played through it once. That's kind of it. But as far as I can gather, these are the Ulasil townsfolk. Yeah, we don't have any. They drop a helmet, I believe, or their bloated head. That will probably give us a little bit more insight. But ooh, you know what we could use? Could use these sorceries. So now all these dark sorceries, we went through the Pursuers one, which is more related to Manus, but I'll quickly go through the other three that we have, because they might give us a little bit more insight on kind of what's happening here. But in contrast, or sorry, start from the beginning. Abyss sorcery discovered by an Ulasil sorcerer on the brink of madness. So clearly something's happening here that's making them all go crazy. Could it be Big Hat Logan crazy, where he's got access to so much information, or maybe a polluted mind of sorts? Fire a giant dark orb. Very interesting. In contrast to standard soul sorceries, abyss sorceries are weighty and inflict physical damage. Perhaps human souls, because of their humanity, produce sorceries of more tangible presence. So, just right off the bat there, if we look at kind of our standard sorceries here, like Soul Spear. Sorcery developed by Big Hat Logan firing a piercing soul spear. Oh, that doesn't really say much about the souls. There you go. Homing soul mass. Life originates in the soul. No wonder the soul mass draws towards it. This sorcery is a window into Seeker Logan's methods. Yeah. So all of this stuff says that it comes from souls, but it's not made of souls per se. I wish I had some more just to see if there's anything more telling of my point here. But clearly they're a different breed. Magic, it comes from intelligence, it comes from your knowledge of the soul. But then we go over into the Ulasil, the dark sorceries, and it's saying that they're weighty and inflict physical damage instead of magic damage. Perhaps human souls, because of their humanity, produce sorceries of more tangible presence. So it's more physical because it comes from a piece of the dark soul, perhaps, because they're dark sorceries, dark soul. And you can even tell from the just the thumbnail there. If you compare it to humanity itself, I want to say, based on just color scheme alone, Black Separation Crystal also looks pretty familiar. But aside from that, so these are like normal souls, quote unquote, like what does it even say here? Large soul of a proud undead knight who's gone hollow. The souls are the source of all life, whether undead or even hollow. One continues to seek them. So more of a broad. This could come from anything. We get them from defeating literally everything in the world. But humanity we only get from beating people. So you can see that little thumbnail on the bottom left. Looks like a little ghost vagina. Rare tiny black sprite found on corpses used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. Sorry, I'm just trying to gloss over the gameplay stuff. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves? And twin humanities, same kind of thing. What distinction is left for humanity? So yeah, pretty similar. But yeah, just the similarities are oof. They're out of this world. But let's continue here. In contrast to standard soul, oh, it's the exact same. Perhaps human soul is closer to matter in its humanity, so closer to something physical, something you can hold in your hand, like humanity, being an item and not just souls that count up. And then although dark fog is in theory relatively close to humanity, it also happens to be a terrible poison for humans. Perhaps it reflects man's cruelty against its own. So something that I like to think about there is humanity drives people to obviously become human, more human, quote unquote, but less human in a way as well, because they're thinking, this is so metaphorical, so philosophical here, but it drives them to thinking, oh, instead of living in harmony or living basically bolstering life and trying to make sure as many people are as alive as possible and being pro-life, oh god, ignore that, then they're killing people. They're going off and they're saying, okay, like Lotric as an example, he tries to kill your firekeeper because he craves humanity and he wants to offer it to whoever he sees fit, maybe himself or a goddess. Another hint. But yeah, just something to chew on. I find it super interesting. And if we just observe these guys for a second, this episode is going to be a lot of observing. You can see they're just kind of standing there. Their arms are crossed. They're human-like, but they're very malformed. And then if they do their little zhuzh, their heads are bobbing back and forth. Very Bloodborne-like, by the way. I do want to point out. I don't know how to trigger them to do it, or if it's just on a random timer, but occasionally they'll do their little scratchy thing where it looks like almost like a drug addict or something, like scratching at their skin, going like something is inside of me and something needs to come out, which just kind of speaks to the corruption of the abyss, I guess. But I guess we'll just kill him. Oh, there you go. As soon as he did it, I got up. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, fun little tidbits. Time to move on. Another thing, you can see these guys almost immediately. They notice you as well. I have the slumbering crest. Okay. Yeah, just making sure. Yeah, but they're very, very long arm. Very, I almost want to say like monkey-like in their movements, because they like drag their arms a little bit behind them. They swing them a lot. They obviously are just using their arms as weapons here, but oh, there's a little cuddle puddle down there. I just find it super interesting. Like, there's a dialogue from Chester, Marvelous Chester, where he talks about primeval man, Manus, and that's why this abyss is kind of spreading and juking about. Oh god, I fucking hate the sorcerers here. One at a time. One at a time. Okay. I almost want to bait an attack. There you go. There you go. And then go for it. Noom. Oh! Still got me, but he's good. Well, that one's going crazy in there. That's kind of the name of the game here. It's a lot of ambushes because they don't have a lot of life or a lot of HP stat. But they do heavy, heavy damage. Like, these guys are obviously just physical. They're just hitting you with their little hands there. Let's get a good look. Kind of the physiology here. So elongated fingers, huge claws, kind of. They're so loud. I feel like they're right next to me. Huge head, slightly bigger upper body and longer arms, and tiny little leggies. But east-west shield. Ooh, that's a new one. Let's see, all the way at the bottom. East-west shield. Wooden shield decorated with an ancient symbol of a double-headed eagle painted yellow. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields. Gameplay stuff. Okay. Cool looking, though. Not as cool as our Sanctus. They just all trying to be like us. Okay, so we hear lots of noises, so clearly there has to be something else around. Sounds like it's coming from this way. There we go. I knew it was coming from behind me somewhere. Bastard guy. Alright, and just stairs leading directly down to him. Hello. Goodbye. What's the R2 again? I can't remember. Oh, nice. Just a downward slam. What about the two-handed R2? Double slammy. Okay. It's just good to know for... it's good to know your moveset so you can, like... if you're in tight corridors, you don't just waste all your stamina, first of all, and then slam your fucking shit off the wall. Not even attack them. So, obviously, an item up there. A couple routes here. So, we can go through that upper route, and there's just a long staircase there. There's down here, which leads over to that Coliseum area as well, I think, and into this building too. So we'll be exploring all of them, I think, as long as this next fight goes okay, which I think some of you might know about already. Yeah, that's so funny. Word from the wise, not that I'm the wise, but be careful when you're walking around. Good thing we don't have much to do to get back to that. Most of that was talking. One thing I want to do quickly, become human again. I think you guys might know where I'm leading to here. That's so funny. It's funny because that only ever happens when I put the controller down, leave the room, come back, and then I'm like, oh shit, and then I fall, which just happened today. A little frustrating, but c'est la vie, that's life. And then when you're recording or someone's watching, when I was playing Dark Souls 3 with a friend of mine, I was like, yeah, man, like I've been speed running the beginning of this game. All that stuff's out of my brain now. I don't remember shit, but oh, none of them died in one hit. Lovely. I gotta power up this frickin' sword. Die, please. All right, that was most of it, at least. All right, They have like no poise, so you can stun lock them pretty easily. You just gotta be careful there. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm getting so good at this area. Let me go through it. Like, I'll run it for you. Garbage. Fucking like died instantly. Fell off a bunch of cliffs. That's just life. Interesting that it killed one. It was the exact same hit. Killed one of them, but not the other. I think that's because he was prepping an attack. I love that stuff. I love the little mechanics of this game. And one thing I want to do, just to help me out, just as much little pieces of life as we can get here, because it can be pretty frustrating. Ooh, look at that. One more. Yeah. I like this greatsword because it doesn't take a lot of stamina. Like one hit, about a bar and a half or like a tick and a half there. It's not bad. So even though I'm doing a little less damage than I would like, I still always have enough for another one. All right. Spirit of Marvelous Chester. Don't kill me right away, man. So he's got his little crossbow there. Oh, something died and gave me things. That's interesting. I think that might be a Titanite lizard that's down there. All right, so I know I talked about his connections with Bloodborne a little bit last time. You can kind of see it here. He's like jumping around. He's got the cape. He's flowing things around. Those look like roses as well. That's pretty dope. He's doing a lot of jumps and like fancy movements here. He's just having a good time over there. Whoa. Rose petals. I never saw that. Maybe that's what happens when he throws them and they hit a wall. Interesting stuff. Ow. Trying to take all my stamina. What are you doing? All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Some freaking out happening around us. Oh boy. Oh boy. There you go. Nowhere to run. Oh, look at that. What was that, a 7-hit combo? Marvelous Chester. So that was an invasion. So he is still alive. He is still there. And when we actually go back to talk to him, he's pretty sassy. So we might actually... We'll exhaust his inventory first. Buy everything that we can. And then we'll come back later. One frustrating thing about this area, because everything's on a slant, and you can see if we line up the ground with the camera here. Okay. So that's perfectly lined up with the bottom of the chest here. Also, if you look at it, it's fucking snoring. God damn. And I'm actually going to take this time to show off one mechanic that I don't think I've ever shown before. But again, if I line up the bottom, you can see that the corner of the chest is obstructed by the slanted kind of curvature of the architecture here. So it is a mimic. You can't tell though because the frickin' chain is all covered. But all right, let me just back up so I don't accidentally blow up my spot. See if I actually have them also. I don't remember if we've gotten them, but if we do, I'd love to show it off. Okay, so we actually don't have one. I was going to use a Lloyd's Talisman, which I don't think I've ever showed off before. But in general, it's used to block Estus. So if I'm invading someone or getting invaded or just fighting an NPC, story-wise, it stops the Estus flask from releasing its beautiful fluids. So very cool. But it also has a secondary effect where it'll put mimics to sleep, I guess, or it'll make them open their mouths or something. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the air. It acts like a dehumidifier. And then he's like, opens his mouth in the middle of the night, wakes up, scratchy throat. Anyway, let's kill this thing. Bam! Wow, that didn't do as much as I thought it would. Oh no. I haven't fought a mimic straight on in a while. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So normally I think you actually get this carving from this guy here. Very good. So we're going to quickly read that and then we'll see what that random item is. Arch tree carving says, very good. Head carved of arch trees by Goff in his imprisonment. Goff imparts an emotion to each and every completed carving. Complicated. The sentence is complicated, which helps him achieve personal enlightenment. When a head is disturbed, it speaks reflecting the emotion conferred to it. This head says, "Very good. Have another look. Does it not appear quite jovial?" It's very cute. I don't think we'll be seeing Goff in this playthrough because I don't think I have his key. I'll double check. Crest. So we do not. So it's the crest key, which I'll see if this place is even randomized in the first place. Hey, blood shield. We normally get that from the painted world of Ariamis. That's pretty cool. It's on the bridge where that dragon is, which we still have to go back and fight, I think. The blood shield spoken of in the Lost Legends. The red blood is slightly enchanted and boosts various resistances. So because it doesn't give much in the ways of lore, I think that was an item that was thrown in from some community design contest or something, which I think is so cool. But it didn't come with the DLC. It was something from... oh my god. It was something from... no way! That's so funny. So I was playing Dark Souls Remastered on my PS4. I was like, what are those noises? I could hear more than what was in the game. The frickin' PlayStation is still connected, and I was controlling both games at the same time. That is fucking insane. Sorry, I just find that so cool. I'm just gonna quickly turn off my PlayStation. I heard a dying sound, and I was like, what the hell is that? Oh my god. Anyway. That's too funny. We're gonna go a little bit longer here. We've already hit our 20-minute mark, but I want to hit, I think, a bonfire at least. Unless we just call it here and say that was Chester's episode, but I would like to do just a little bit more. Oh, the Titanite lizard, crystal lizard, was here. There's supposed to be one there, and it died and gave us those that slab or something like that. I think that's so funny. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I think that saved me. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Okay. That friggin' dark orb, man. Still sick, by the way. It's got quite the range, that thing. Oh, man. That's so funny. Everything just kind of happened at once there. That learned about the crystal lizard, what actually happened to him. My freaking PS4. That's crazy. That's so funny. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys how quick we can go through this when we aren't talking. Now, these guys, I think I might even be able to run past because they're not paying attention to me. So we're going to give that a go. Yep. These guys are like looking. Oh, they're not paying attention either. Goodbye. Okay, this one is looking right at us as soon as we start. Hooray for poise! Now, hopefully the enemies from up there don't hear that stuff and go, oh, maybe I should go down there, check it out. Nope, don't kick. Kicking is fun, just not now. Alright. Ooh, I know what we can do. So we've explored up to right there. That's where we died. Well, right there, where my helmet is pointing. So we've already seen all that Colosseum stuff. Let's go this way. Let's enjoy a little bit more item discovery before we call it for this episode. That's a good place to cut off, I think. To pinch it off. Bam! Alrighty. Oh, there's actually one thing I do need a spell for, which I don't have it attuned, so I might go back and do that quickly. Unless, do I have a skull lantern? I'm pretty sure we don't. Da-da-da-da-da. Skull lantern. I don't think it's gonna happen, boys. Boys and girls and everyone in between. Unless I put it up here for safekeeping. No. Okay. We're gonna have to go back. That's okay. It won't take too long. He says before he dies. Horribly. In a great ball of fire. Oh god, I gotta walk past all those guys. Can I just use homeward then? There we go. That's easy enough. So, I'm not playing offline, I don't think, right now, but we're going to... I'm going to get rid of Sunlight Blade because I don't have anything to use it on anyway. And we're going to throw Cast Light on there. I'm going to show you guys what happens when we get there. Catalyst! Sorcery Catalyst! Hello? Whose bright idea was it to put it all the way down here? Alright. Use this for fun, just in case I got nicked on the way down. Oh, that guy's gonna chase me all the way down, isn't he? Oh god, I'm heavy now too. And they're all freaking out. Oh, it's just one. That's not so bad. Hello, sir. Oh, it's just two. That's not so bad. Where'd the other one go? Oh, there he is! Oh god! Goodbye! Oh boy. I don't think I'm gonna make it out of here. Oh! Go for it! Ah! Okay. Hopefully they can't get me from here. Guardian Tail. So that's actually the only weapon that can come from the Sanctuary Guardian. Hopefully they're all falling and that's what's happening. Die, please. Okay. I think we're safe. I don't think he can get to me from here. Unless he figures out how to jump. Okay. That's Sanctuary Guardian. So you can't actually make anything from his soul, which I don't think we've done yet, but we've gotten some lucky drops. Let's see. It is a whip, so I think it's near the bottom here. Keeping an eye out. Okay, yeah. So notched whip. So this is the one we got from King something Jeremiah, or what we were supposed to get from him, if we haven't. Sliced tail of the Sanctuary Guardian. So this is what you get from breaking his tail, which does stagger him, which I know now, because I've played a little bit of remastered since then. This flexible, spiked, and highly poisonous tail would make a rather obnoxious weapon. That's kind of all we get lore-wise. It's kind of cool looking. I haven't used it myself, like against actual enemies, but who knows? Maybe we'll do a stupid weapon showcase at some point and just dick around with them. So there is a sorcerer in there, so we're gonna have to run through and get him. Bam! So yeah, if you hit them before they actually use their spell, then you're good. They barely stand a chance, but if you give them even a second of breathing room, then you're screwed. And it is the worst. And then there's some down here as well. There's two of them, to be exact. Okay. Let's do this. Whoa. Whoa, oh god. Oh! We're getting out of here. Ah! There was nowhere to go anyway. Okay, anyway, we're going to call it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I'm going to get rid of that catalyst because it's ruining my fat roll. Or it's giving me a fat roll. And I'll put it on just when we get there because there's really no need to have it on for right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to do the wave. There we go. There's the wave. Okay, bye.